Hey, hey, hey. We're back. We're black. We're brown. Ambition. 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 Hey, Mandra. How you doing,
I mean,
girl?
not to brag, but I finally got to use my summer color.
Ooh, okay, brown girl. Brown
Just a little
skin
glow, a little
girl.
glow.
Ooh, sidebar. If we're talking
All in the
about glow,
world.
there is this, like everybody's
Okay.
now into Korean beauty. And I told myself I was not going to jump on.
Yeah.
But there's this balm, like this. Oh, I should have brought with me this. I saw it on social. And like, I think a lot of people don't realize that if you've got oily skin, oftentimes it looks oily, but actually you have dry skin. And so it's actually not oily. And so sometimes in my T-zone, especially during the summertime, because I walk so much, that my skin will dry out and it will kind of look oily. And I didn't notice how bad it looked until if you ever get your lashes done or your brows done and you're under that fluorescent light and they give you the mirror to see and you see your skin's like...
I wish they wouldn't.
Girl.
Like, I don't want to see my skin after a facial. I don't want to see anything. I feel bad for them.
Girl, but I've been using this balm. I'm gonna find the name of it. This I don't know, it's a Korean beauty. This little and it look like basically it's like a face chapstick. And so every night I put it like T-zone. Girl, I just got my eyebrows done, obviously. And when they brought me the mirror, I said, yes. The skin was skinning. I said, thank you, Korea. Getting this black girl together.
Aw. But so I was in Cali for a week.
Not too long ago. Yes.
And it was that, if you guys have been listening, I bought a ticket to a conference that I had no business being at. It was not for me, but I got really excited because I heard the founder speaking and I was like, I'm going to do this. And it was like almost $3,000. Okay. It was less than my mortgage, but more than my daycare bill each month. And then it's all the way in California, right? And anyway, the date was getting closer and closer. And I'm like, what am I going to do? There's no refunds. So I decided, I think it was my publisher, Krishan. She said, why don't you turn it into a writing retreat? And that's exactly what I did. So on the way to LA, I dropped the boys off in St. Louis with my mama and said, bye. And they were there for all week, like 7 days. And I went on to Beverly Hills.
Ooh, not us being in one accord. I was like,
wanna be either that or Troop Beverly Hills. What a thrill! Have you seen that?
No.
Troop Beverly Hills. Oh, is that like okay? This is when the millennial and Gen X separates us. Oh my God, I got to put you on, Shelley Long. Rest in peace. Okay. But I got so lucky when I tell you. I gave you a tour of the Airbnb, right, Tiffany? I would not shut up about this Airbnb. I was probably annoying everybody. Like I went to the conference one day and canoodled? No, what did I do? Schmoozed.
I was like canoodled. Isn't that what you do with a boo? But okay.
Yeah. Not canoodling. No canoodling. Just schmoozing. And the next day I went back and everybody was like, how's the Airbnb? And I was like, damn, I must have been talking the whole time. I was like, okay, I'll find something else to be my personality today. But oh my God. So there's this host in Beverly Hills. So she never rents out her guest house, like back in the pool area. There's a guest house. And I mean, it's basically a little retreat. It's just, a 1-bedroom, but it had a bath. It had everything you needed. And the French doors opened directly onto the stunning pool. And she had the most incredible landscaping for a small yard, just like palm trees and banana leaves and complete 20-foot hedges and a jacuzzi, and it was all mine. And she told me, she was like, Mandy, I never rent this out. She unfortunately had some health issues and during the pandemic had to close her business down. So now this is like a little way for her to bring in extra money. But she was super scared about it because she lives by herself and she's in her 60s. Anyway, it just so happened that the one day her son was there when he was like, Mom, you have a request. And she was like, I know, I've been ignoring it. And he was like, she looks nice. Go ahead. Like, say yes. And we are pals now.
Of course you are.
Yeah. And it was just so special. Oh my God. It was so special. I think I discovered the life hack of all life hacks for any families. Like, forget the family vacation. Just like forget it. Pack up the car, take the kids places. No, stop it. No, you're doing it wrong. This is the thing. You book your own vacation, then you go somewhere by yourself, moms. And then the kids, you send them together somewhere else, like grandma's house or whoever, whatever seems suitable and trustworthy. And then your husband gets to stay home and do whatever he wants. What you know is like, I came home to 2 brand new Sonos speakers, but you know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it. It was worth it. Because I swear I was so happy just being alone with all of my brain. I fell in love with myself again. I didn't know I didn't know you could do that in your 30s, like after 2 kids. I mean, I like myself, but I fell in love with me again. I was telling you, Tiff, when we were talking, I felt exactly how I felt when I was 22, traveling, being like, you know, different countries and meeting new people. And it was so much fun. And I just remembered how great I am.
Yes, we love that.
I'm like, I'm fun.
Yes, you are. It was so cute chatting with you. I was like, look at Mandy. First of all, that place was gorgeous because, you know, we had to FaceTime. The pool was amazing. Mandy looked so happy. And yeah, we just were just a keying. Okay.
Key.
Yes. And honestly, I'm going to be like, girl, the next time I go to Cali, you know, I'm like, slide me in with your friend because that's.
I know. I was like, Terry, you don't understand. I kind of have a podcast, and like sometimes when I say stuff, more than one person hears it. So if I talk about this Airbnb, she said I can send anyone who I think is wonderful. Oh, she would love you. She would love to have more Black girls at her Airbnb. I know she would.
I love that.
Oh, she was one of those white ladies that you just, you know, maybe it's because my mom is white, but I just loved her, even though she said problematic things. I just forgave her and I moved on. And I was like, you know what? Like, she's doing what she's doing. It's not my job to make her do anything different. Nothing. I was not in danger.
Yes.
I love to be tokenized when you have that exquisite of a backyard.
And low key, high key. I mean, my dad be saying problematic thing. I'm like, that's not daddy. Right? You're like,
you want to talk about some racist immigrants?
I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like that.
Minorities talking shit about other minorities.
I will say this though, he has come a long Nigerian way, because you know he used to be like, "A gay, what is that?" And now other time he was like, you know, I hope Kamala chooses Pete Buttigieg. And he was like, him and his partner. I said, not partner from a Nigerian. He said partner.
Yeah.
I was like, and he was like, I hope she was like, I like him. He seemed like a good dad, I was like, oh my God. You know who really turned him around? Rachel Maddow.
Oh, I think you told us that before. Yes. Rachel Maddow. Yeah.
He was like, I think she's gay. I said, nothing, definitely. And I could tell he was struggling with it, like, oh my I like her. She's so smart. And then he was like, what? All the things I've been told is a lie, because Rachel is great. I was like,
if Rachel's not going to heaven, I'm not going to do his accent.
No, but honestly,
no one will.
Sometimes we got to give parents a little grace and space. They grew up in a time about when things were not okay, and you know, and of course, certainly, you know, I'm not saying we got to excuse all the bad behavior, but I love, you know, we love a turnaround story, and so the fact that he said partner, I was like, what in the where am I?
Well, let me just tell you, every white person in Beverly Hills loved to tell me how excited they were about Kamala. They were so proud, including my Airbnb host, and she would go to her friend's house and come back 3 sheets to the wine. I loved it. I just loved her as a character. I just was like, oh, you are everything. And she'd be like, we were all talking about Kamala. And I told her about, you know, they did the white lady version of the Zoom call.
And they did great. It was Glennon Doyle. But to be clear, they were coached, I don't know what the word is, advised by Lovey, a Black woman, Lovey Ajayi.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. She and Glennon are very, very...
How'd she get that gig?
Well, she and Glennon are really close. They've been friends for a number of years. And so, when Glennon saw... Because, you know, Glennon's a super ally. So when Glennon saw, you know, what Black women had done, she was like, no, we have to stand up and do something. They broke Zoom. I think they had 140 something, 50,000 women on Zoom. And
That's
honestly,
incredible.
it was incredible. They raised about $2 million on that one call alone.
Yes.
And yeah, so I just want to be
That's
clear.
an ally.
Yes, it is. And also too, I love the fact that, her name is Jocade. She's a woman who started the Black women, like, I'm going to
Women's
say her
Black, yeah.
name incorrectly, which I hate.
No, it's okay. Take a breath. Find out.
Yeah, I am going to find J-O-K. I feel like I'm still going to say it wrong, even though
Do the Google thing where it like reads the name out.
Oh, maybe so.
Or LinkedIn also does that. Sometimes they'll put their name up. I love that.
Oh, but I don't even know how to spell her name. Oh, there she is. Okay, so it's Jotaka, Jotaka.
Okay, Jotaka.
Yes. So I met her at first because I had done something with OWN. She worked with Oprah a lot. I done something with OWN like some years back. It was like some mini talk show like Black Women and Money, and she was the host. So I met her there, Jotaka. She was so nice, Edie. And then I actually saw her again. Remember, I went to it was like the International Women's Day or whatever, and they held it at the White House. This was like,
I don't know, you be there all the time.
and so I saw her there. She was so great. She literally took pictures of me. She was like, sit on this couch. Yes, girl. Yes. And so she was so.
Oh, that was her?
So nice.
Oh, awesome.
And so when I saw that it was she behind kind of like this movement. So Black women, if I'm being candid, I know so many of us heard that the current president, President Biden was not going to seek re-election and nomination, that we were like, and he said, I'm throwing my weight behind Kamala. I think all of us were like, oh my God, like that would be great, but America? Not America, if you will. So I think we were all nervous, like, I guess, not because of her qualifications, but more so like, I don't know.
Would people vote for her?
Yes. And then, Jotaka was like, girl, we ain't about to do that. That same, boom.
Yeah.
Black women.
She set the tone.
She set the tone. And since then, I've seen white women for Kamala. I saw there was this, I guess wherever Trump has something in Florida, like whatever neighborhood that he lives in.
Oh, Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, so they did a golf cart, like in that area for Kamala. Like it was like,
oh my God, I love that. Troll him within an inch of his life, America.
I mean, and so it was like all these uber wealthy, older white Americans that you would think, no way, they're all going to vote for Trump. No. And so, yeah, it has been, like amazing. And so low key, high key, when I went to the vice president's residence, like a member of her staff was like, oh, this is before it was announced. And I don't know that even she knew, but anyway, they had asked, she's on an economic empowerment tour, I think an economic empowerment tour. And they were like, Tiffany, we'd love for you to join her on tour. I was like, what? And, I was like, okay. But, now with all these changes, I don't know what that means if I'm being candid. Because we going to see, because now it's more than an economic empowerment tour. And so I don't know what it all would look like, or even if that offer is still open. I'm certainly talking behind the scenes. So you might see your girl on tour with the future president.
I told you when you told me that news the first time, I was like, thank God it's you. I think they're doing the right thing when they're reaching out to you to be a conduit for that message. And I'm so happy for you.
So like I said, we'll see, because we had, it's still up in the air because of all that's happened. Last time I spoke to, her office, they were like, child, as you can imagine, it's a little scrambly over here, but let's connect this week and see what that might look like. And so I said, girl, just let me know, tag me in. And can you imagine when she wins the presidency, I will have a video of the president of the United States talking about, talking, hey mommy, to my mom, girl, my mother.
The first Black president, the first Black female president and South Asian president.
My mom is going to be like, you're not going to be able to tell Sylvia Oliche not a damn thing. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so ready. And BA fam, I told y'all before we even knew about Kamala, I said, I'm choosing hope. I'm choosing optimism, and I'm lining up all these great guests. We're going to have the most incredible fun time. Yes. We're going to have an actual fun time talking about the election and all the issues that matter to Black women. I cannot wait.
We already have a guest, kind of like a special. Yeah, we're not going to say. But
we can't say,
but
I think there's 3 guests who I have been dying to have on the show, and I am so excited. So get ready. It's all going to start in September, October, the road to 2024. Yeah.
But no, sidebar, you told
Incredible.
me something, not to be in all your business, but you had said
Mm.
something when you were at this conference that you realized something about yourself that attributed to your ability to like be a really good negotiator. And it's not something that people would think. Do you want to share, or is it like, is it too personal? Don't take it personal.
I am dying to share it with you and thank you to Chris Brown of Popcorn Finance, my new brother from another mother, brother from another mother, because he was the first audience I worked out this this train of thought on
Okay.
while we were hiking in the canyons, like, trying to be cool in California and dying from heat stroke. And so I get so butterfly when I say this. Okay, so I realized why I am so effing good at what I do.
Okay.
And, Chris was like, "So where do you think that comes from?" I've been asked before, like, "How do you negotiate?" I was telling him all these tips. He's like, "I got this agent." And he told me one of the deals the agent got. And I was like, "Please, here's what I would have asked for." And he's like, "Where does that come from?"
Mm.
And then I was like starting to back up to the day before we hung out. I had I had looked up an old friend from in the area who I met in journalism years ago. Like full disclosure, and husband knows this. I used to have a crush on this guy like way back when I was like 18 or whenever I was. How old am I now? 20 years ago.
Mhm.
But anyway, found out that he had been like really sick, just generally wanted to like reconnect. And we hung out and I was like, oh, I still have a crush. 2008 is calling. They say you still got a crush. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not dead. But also I'm like, I'm a married woman and I love my husband. So no. So what did I decide to do? Most people I realize would just like, I don't know, stop hanging out with them and just, pretend like that never, like whatever. I decided to tell him why I didn't want to hang out the next day. I
Mm.
was like, and I was just like, "Hey, I got to be honest. Kind of have a crush on you. I realize that's not okay. You got a girlfriend. I have a husband and two children. But like, let's just be honest. We talked about how life was too short, and I was like, I'm just letting you know, canceling your invite for tomorrow at the pool. Like, you're not coming. Have a good life." And I sent it. And I was so like, this is the part of me that felt like, oh my God, I still got it. Like, I'm still that bold,
Mm.
just do the scary thing, jump off a cliff, but make it a personal conversation
Mm.
instead of an actual cliff kind of girl. And I was telling Chris about this and he was dying. You
Mm.
guys, Chris, if you've ever seen a person just fold in on themselves, like he was a sheet of paper, and me telling him what I told my friend, he was like, "Why did you do that?" And and he was so deeply uncomfortable with it. And I realized like that's my adrenaline high.
Mm.
I love it. I love saying something out loud
Mm.
that nobody expects, like in a one-to-one. So,
Mhm.
and that was not my first time. I was
Mm.
like, Chris, I'm having a memory now. When I was 15 years old, like I had been telling boys I like them just for the hell of it, for the thrill of it, and asking them on dates since I was 15.
Mm.
And this is the first time I publicly admitted this. But yeah, when I was 15, there's a boy on the bus, as there are, and I just fell in love with the back of his head. I thought he was so cute. I was brand new to the school, and I don't know, being new to the school, I felt like nobody knows you. Like, reinvent yourself. Ask a boy out. 15. I don't know. I think I watched too much Oprah after school, but something. So, how do you feel in your body right now, Tiffany? Are you feeling
I am
stressed?
yes, because you know me, I'm literally the exact opposite. So I am
Mm,
terrified, scared. Remember, I told you what happened after Jarrell
mhm.
passed away because he was like my magic mirror on the wall. Was like, girl, the reflection is always
Yeah.
what beautiful. And then without Jarrell here, I was like, I don't know how I look, and I was feeling very
Oh.
and Hinge and dating and all the things was so stressful. I thought I was gonna have like mini panic attacks, which I did. So you saying this
Mhm.
is so the antithesis. Like I admire this so much because I could like a man would have to tell me, "Hey, I really like you and find you really attractive," and I'm still like, "You talking to me or the girl behind me? Me?" Like it's so now continue that you told this 15-year-old boy. And first of all, I'm laughing at about the relatability.
I was also 15. Let's be clear on that. Don't be making a clip out of that without the context.
Oh my God. When you were 15, first of all, so relatable. I have definitely fallen in love with the back of a boy's head, like in math class. Like, I love the way his hair curls right here. Girl, who is he even? Anyway.
Oh my God.
So you told him. So what did you tell him?
No, I didn't tell him. I straight up asked him out.
Okay.
So it was the week of Valentine's Day. I might have told my sister that was my plan. And she might have told me, please don't do that. But I was like, And I just, I'm such a imaginative person on the bus. I just imagined this whole storyline where I was going to go up to him at his locker and I'd be like, hey, so I like you. Would you ever want to go out on a date? And then I did it. I followed him.
My heart is
my little
racing.
backpack on, my little Payless shoes, clickety clack, 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 to his locker. And I was like, hey, so-and-so, yeah, I think you're really cute. Would you ever want to go on a date with me? And here's the thing. And I'll stop the story then. And now we're married. No, that's not what but I'll tell you, before I get to what happened next, all I have to say is, for me, it is not about what they say. Like, say, I like you too, I don't like you, like, get the F away from me. It's not about that for me. It's the thrill of like just saying the truth out loud and just like not dying after. Like, you're actually not going to explode into flames if you put yourself out there in that way. Anyway, he had a girlfriend and he was super nice about it. And he was like, actually, no, I have a girlfriend. She goes to a different school. And I was like, okay, cool. See you around. See you in homeroom. And that was the first time. And I have done, oh my God, I have done that multiple times in my life. Sometimes we're working out. Like right before I met Enrique, I was on the warpath. I was like, I'm going to find me a man. In New York, I really was. Yes. No, I'm not kidding. I was telling Chris, I'm like, Chris, bless his heart. I think I gave him heart failure. He's a very nice boy. Anyway, but I'm like, yeah, I just kind of like would decide I didn't want to waste time. I mean, it's not wasting time to have a really good friend. You know what I mean? Like, I love meeting new people, but when you actually develop feelings, it's quite uncomfortable to be in that presence, like, especially if they're unrequited, requited. So for me, it was just like, let me just see if this is going anywhere. Because if it's not, I'm just going to like continue bringing my energy, my sparkle. I'm fabulous. Just like give that energy to someone else. You know what I mean?
You are. And I admire that so much. And I can see that in grown Mandi now and how you negotiate on your own behalf in business and career and otherwise.
It's exactly the same rush of just telling someone. And this is just me saying, I was going to do it as my brown boost, but I challenge you, even like, and it does, I don't believe there's any shame in that as a grown woman. Yes, I'm married. Yes, I have a kid, but like, I'm not dead. Like, we're adults, so just saying like, hey, I really have a crush on you, or whatever however you want to say it. Okay, maybe don't do that. I am a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I know that. You don't need to tell. But for me, it was just like, it was so thrilling. And it was just like, it just reminded me how bold and awesome I can be.
Bold and beautiful.
And
let's name the episode
bold and beautiful. Bold and beautiful. And then Chris was asking me more about my negotiating, and like for creators, I had just given a talk at this Women in Money event, and it was all about it's called Bank Your Brand. So it's about how you can negotiate on your behalf, get brand deals, like all of that. And I said, I think I finally have the answer. I love that adrenaline rush. I can withstand it. Like, I can withstand the dread and the anticipation and all of that. And I can do it, and I can walk away, and just coming down from that high. There's nothing like it. And Chris was like, I know you probably skydived before, haven't you? I was like, yeah.
You have?
Paragliding. Yeah. Skydiving, paragliding.
So question.
I hitchhiked, I said yes to a boy who asked me to go hitchhiking up and down the coast of Chile. I was like, yeah, cool. Sounds good. 18-wheeler. Would love to tag along.
So one thing I really admire too is that a lot of people would have, one, felt the crush, 2, not said anything
Mm-hmm.
to the crush, and then 3, not said
Yeah.
anything to their partner, but you told your partner.
Maybe I just talk too much.
No.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, because I wanted him to know what an incredible week I had. I wanted him to know how amazing this was for me to just like to like be by myself and to listen. He always has my location anyway.
Yeah.
Like there's no also the best thing about my husband is just like how little he how he knows like I'm 99% just talk and like just like tap dancing and like I say things all the time to try to like get a rise out of him and he just doesn't give me any reaction
They
ever.
call the
It's
beige flag.
the beige flag.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
where it's like it's
he's
just like. So how did that
and I
conversation go for the girlies who are like,
wait, it went, man, I wish it was exciting. I was just like I couldn't contain it. I was like, I have to tell you something. And I told him, and I was like, nothing happened, blah 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 blah. And he just made this face. He was just like, okay, so about these arepas, we were going to the restaurant. He just, no, I'm not kidding. He's like, what kind of arepa do you want? Are we gonna dine in? Are we gonna
first of all, he
take
knows
out?
you. He's like, girl, this is my girl. She loves me, and so But I love that. Like,
Yeah.
I think I think it's important that people in healthy relationships show, like, because it's not unhealthy to be like, oh my gosh, that person's really cool. And it's also not
Mm.
unhealthy to tell your partner, like, you have a say. What that signals to me is that you have a safe space to have that conversation with husband.
Yeah.
Because some places couldn't. Like some partners would absolutely blow up. This is why I didn't want
I
you to go by
know.
yourself. You can't ever go out. And it's like it shows the
Yeah.
health that you have in yourself, but also the healthy relationship you have with him. And so, no, I just love that. And I love that you can trace your ability to navigate the hard financial conversations to being able
Mm.
to advocate for yourself when it came to like your romantic interests as a young woman. That's like so critical. And so I think so many
Yeah.
of y'all who are raising young people, especially girls, this sense of confidence to instill in them. Because you might think it's just this, it's not. It's going to follow
Yeah.
them into the future about how they feel about themselves when they're 6 and 10 and 15 is how you feel about yourself in the boardroom when you're 30 and 45 and 50. It absolutely matters. Like I am a testament to, I had to claw my way back to like feeling good about myself because I was
Mm.
allowing things to happen in business that ought not to be because I was like,
Yeah.
well, maybe I just kind of sort of maybe let me just be easy and let me just be, and so losing out because I wasn't bold as I was deserving to be for myself, and so no, I love that, and honestly, I admire that so much, man. I think underlying, I kind of sense that in you. Like I probably didn't have the wording for it, and it's like one of the things
Mm.
I really love most about you is that the sense of like, girl, if it could be gotten, I'm gonna get it. You know?
Well, I don't get it. Sometimes I just say that I want it. I'm
Yeah,
okay
but
to
you're
say I
like,
want it. It's like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't
yes,
take,
and you take the
is
shots.
literally the tagline. Yeah, and I it's just the adrenaline rush. I think it's exactly why you see people like do the cliff, like the base jumping where you just hurl yourself off a cliff. It goes against everything in your anatomy, like your biology, to put yourself in that kind of peril. And I don't think there's not that much difference between like negotiating or just asking for more, or going after an opportunity or going after a crush or whatever. And again, Chris, love him so much. He
Mhm.
he listened to all of this, and then he was like, "You won't tell your husband?" I was like, "Yeah, shut up. Just it's fine. It's fine. Keep hiking." Um, and what was it that he said? He was like, "Oh, I'd be too scared," and I'm like, "But that's the thing. I'm always scared. I was touch. I mean, I was like." I was awkward and nervous to say the thing out loud,
Mhm.
to the guy. And I'm nervous every time I negotiate. And it also, I think it helped matters that the day that I did that, I had helped two badass Mandy money makers with
Mm.
their negotiations. They both got offers on the table. One for like 40K more than she was making, one for 30K more than she was
Amazing.
making. And every time I'm negotiating with them, I still get a little nervous. I'm like, yeah, but ask for more.
Mhm.
And like they have to do it, and I
Yes.
just try to tell them I can coach them and what to ask for and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's them picking up the phone and calling or sending that email.
Mhm.
And I never lie about it's going to be scary.
Mm.
The point is push through the fear and do it anyway.
Mm.
And that's the hard part. It's not because you're scared. It's because you're too afraid that you won't survive the fear, like to push
Yeah.
through it.
Ooh, you think you won't survive the fear.
You think the fear is going to consume you. But really, if you don't, on the other side of that fear is freedom. Whatever happens, you said it, you did it, you know the outcome. So I will, 9 times out of 10, I'm walking through that fear fire and I will be so much happier and free on the other side. So, Beverly Hills, baby. Beverly Hills, Mandy, you might be seeing me again. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to try to incorporate so much more solo travel because I just love hanging out with myself and being
Yes.
in new places. And I don't get to, not that I don't get to, but I just haven't had the space for that. And I want to make more of that. It felt really damn good. And I hope my kids also will see like me coming back so happy, going and traveling alone and
Mm.
being brave and all of that. I hope to instill that in them as well.
I love that. And now it's time to booster, breaker, booster, breaker, booster, breaker, boost. Are you gonna boost? Are you gonna
Mm-mm-mm.
break? Hey, hey, yeah. What you gonna
Mm-mm-mm.
do? What you gonna take? So, Mandy and I decided I'm gonna go first, and I'm going to do a boost.
Okay.
Because I have been, and my boost is for transitions because they're a bitch. Okay. Here's the thing. I've been going through a lot of transition, obviously. But lately, more, there's just been so many changes from leaving my house that I built with my husband to this condo where largely I'm by myself. Although I did ask my baby sister, Lisa, to stay with me for the summer so I can make it easier
Mm-hmm.
transition of it here. Um, Even transitioning, into like dating and like partnership again. Um, Business, there's a lot of transitions happening in business that are scary. The growth is scary, but necessary. Even Brown Ambition, we're going to be transitioning. We have some like exciting transitions that we're going to have for you guys, that really just going to take Brown Ambition to the next level. And something that you said earlier in the app really sparked that. I think sometimes people look at you, Mandy, or people like you, and they think that you're doing the thing unafraid. And I
Mm.
think the really a good aha moment is that like, oh, so Mandy is afraid, but she's just
Oh yeah,
choosing,
all the time.
to like that she has just reminded herself that the fear doesn't kill,
Mm-hmm.
and that if you can get past it, then like, what's on the other side typically is so much better. And so it has been a lot. I'm not gonna lie, so many changes. I mean, but now I couldn't even sleep here by myself. Like the first night, like coming to the condo, I had bought this
Mm-hmm.
place. It took me a while to even start to renovate, and then even the renovations, I was throwing monkey wrenches left and right to slow it down. And then even when it's done, I refused to come here. So like I would come here during the day, but I could not sleep here. And then I asked for my therapist said, "Why don't you ask for someone to spend the night?" First few nights. And so my sister Lisa did, and it made it so much easier. And now I'm not going to lie, like, I really love it here. I mean, it is beautiful and designed exactly to my rich auntie Afrocentric traveling
Mm.
specification. I mean, it is amazing here. And it feels like home. And when I go back to the house, that still feels like home too. So I think I thought I was going
Mm.
to be like stripped and ripped away. Um, and even now, more so, like I was talking to my partner. I know it's crazy because it's like 3 years ago, Gerald passed away 3 years ago. And if
Oh
I,
my God, 3 years.
I know, isn't that crazy? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I was gonna be here.
Mm.
I just was like wishing for me to go to sleep and not wake up, like that was like usually that was like
Mm.
my ardent prayer. Like, if I could just go to sleep and not wake up. That would be great. Thanks, God. So I'm up again. Great. You're
Mm.
obviously not listening. Um, like for real. Our turbulence on a
I
plane, I
love
was
you,
like, if
Tiff.
that's what we gonna do, let's do it. I mean, that's what I used to think. So the fact that I'm here is a miracle itself. Because I just felt like everything went away when he went away. But the fact that I'm
Mm.
here and that I have found like a partner again, I don't know, like I'm still in this weird space where like, I've had an amazing marriage. I'm not opposed to getting married again, but I don't feel the urgency that I did in my 30s. How that goes. I just feel like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that happens, great. And if it doesn't, okay. But I will say that I'm in a really healthy, happy, communicative partnership that builds on all of the amazing love and lessons that I learned from Jarrell. Like I could not have this partnership without what I had with Jarrell, because he taught me, he really healed me and taught me what healthy relationship looked like. And then from there, I got to now experience what I'm experiencing now. And he's just loving and lovely and so much grace to grieve whenever. And so, yeah. And so I just think like, and it was hard because I made him work, Tom. I mean, it was a lot of therapy. Like Dr. Green, I think it's a lie. She's like, well, how would he benefit from like, it's the, I mean,
I knew when you guys early in your relationship, when y'all were reading the attached book and like y'all were meeting weekly to discuss chapters. And I was like, oh, this boy is in it. Like he is whooped. She has him right where she wants him.
That's what I want. I was like, why are you here? Go away.
I know. What an amazing.
So I just want to say that, like, and so I thought to myself, like, is it a betrayal? Like transition. There's another transition. Like if I care and love someone else, is this a betrayal to like my love and care for Jarrell? Because that's a transition too. And Dr. Green always reminds me that it's different. You're not, one of the best kind of like ways that she reframed it is that, do you know anybody with children? I said, yes. And I think I actually brought up you, Mandi. And she said, well, I'm sure if you would ask like your friend, your sister, or your friend Mandi, when their first kid arrived, they were like, I don't think I can love another human being more than this little baby right here. Like my heart is so full. It's just, I didn't know this kind of love was possible. It just unfolded something, right? And then they had baby number 2. And it wasn't like, ooh, so sorry, baby number 2. Baby number 1 took up all the space. So you're going to have to you're going to have to live on love scraps. No, she said, what love does is that it increases your capacity for more love. And I was like, okay. And she was like, that's why someone can have a child, love that child so much, think I could not possibly love anybody like this, have another child and be like, and here we are again. And so she said, because you were so well loved by Jarrell, and because you loved Jarrell so much, it increased your capacity to love and be loved again. So this is not an erasure. This is an add-on, and I just was like, okay. So that helped a lot with the guilt of like, is it okay to continue living when he has not, So yeah. And just like transition, there's just financial transitions, like my company has the opportunity to just explode. And so even that, like, I'm just trying to be open. And I hope what you guys took away from the earlier in the episode is that there is no separation, that the way, if I'm not open to emotional and mental and like transition, then it also like affects the way I earn and manage my money. It's like where you're closed here, you're closed in general. And so I'm realizing that like in order for me to have access to all the good things, financial and otherwise, I have to really be open and to, despite the fear, move forward. And so, yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for the good people in my life. I think about you, Mandi. I mean, we have been through a lot, girl. I can't even, we have been through a lot. I think about like
our whole, I would say the most, I mean, I believe the best is yet to come. Yes. Anyway, I believe it's all ahead of us, but I also think that thank God for this show because we really have a time capsule of like the most action-packed years of our existence.
I mean, it's just been it's been a
shout out to Hollaback Mondays. If you want to know about old Mandi and old Tiffany, Hollaback. I was talking about
Monday should I buy my pack panties from Target or where did I, girl, at least go to Marshall's. That was
I'm like, ew, I don't want a baby.
And so
no, I can't get enough. Talk about I want two more.
But yeah, so I just I just wanted to dedicate my brown boost to transitions and say I'm so grateful for you, Dewan. I said your name. I know. He's gonna be.
We are podcast official.
Oh my God.
Dewan is the one. Dewan is the one. I said Dewan is the one. Dewan is the one. All right, go
I
ahead.
know. Because we've been like keeping it low, and he's just like, oh, let me find out that, like, you know how like men are usually the ones that don't want to. He said, I'm this close, Tiffany. I'm about to post on social. I'm like, oh my God. Like, why does it matter if people know? He's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud to be with you. And I don't want to have to hide it. I'm like, well, I'm not hiding it. I'm just private. I sound like a man. I'm just private. And so, yeah, I guess to me, I just
post them in the feed. Post them in the feed.
you know, I don't
Let
know.
them know.
We all slow, but like, yeah. So just grateful
Stories
all
first.
around. This grateful.
Maybe like a little story.
A toe.
A thread.
So that is my boost. Yeah, my boost is transition.
I'm gonna co-sign your boost because I don't want to follow that, and I think it was a co-boost, and I love you so.
Oh, I love you too, Mandy.
I was gonna use a bad word. I love you so much. Genuinely,
I love you too, Mandy. For real, I'm just so grateful. Just if you would have told, I don't think that anyone, because I mean, yeah, just to think of where we are now, like the growth, you know, the friendship, the up, the down, this has been like, this podcast has been such a blessing. Something that I was like, okay, you know, but it's been like this constant, you know, in my life. And as a result, so have you. And our friendship has just grown and developed in ways I could not have imagined when we first decided, like, let's do this thing, you know? So I love you too, girl.
Yeah. Mwah. Oh. We love you, BA fam. Yes. Love you so much. Please leave a review for us if you're out there in the internet streets. I'm going to see if we've got any. Did you read that review that I texted you, Tiff? Wasn't
you text me a review? Girl.
There's like several texts that you have
girl, I know.
responded to.
It's been so crazy. I am. Don't worry. I'm gonna.
No, okay. This one. Oh, it was Drop the Name, sis, from Kayla Ray Ann. Kayla Ray Ann said, drop the name, sis. You ladies give me life. I seriously consider you both my aunties, whose advice I actually listen to. I appreciate the kindness. Excuse me. I appreciate the kindness, tough love, and everything in between. I came here to leave a good review, obviously, but also to say, drop the name, sis. We want to know who was trying not to pay Tiffany for her speaking engagement.
I don't like to drop the name because sometimes they be coming back around, and I don't want to be like, but for your snarky mouth, we was going to pay you. Yeah. So
we don't want just a good punchline to block blessings. Yes. You know what I mean? And our dollar signs. And then Diva 186 number says, I adore the podcast. These are my besties. I have learned so much listening to them, just like having a conversation with good friends. I'm so invested and I look forward to every episode. These women are family.
Yay.
That's like, you can't, there's no better compliment than that for me. Not a personal finance podcast. Like, come on. Who's saying that about DR's show?
Who's that?
Not a one. So love y'all, B-fam. Until next time, check us out Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Bye.
Bye. Hey, BA fam. We're on YouTube. Woohoo! Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
And while you're at it, why don't you go over to that little bell icon and just tap that for us. Show the BA fam how much you love us. And that way you'll also get notifications when new videos drop. Also, share the channel with a friend. We're always like, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And thank y'all so much again for all the support.